Tonight I wanna see the bright lights over me. Show me something magical. Show me everything I want and more. The best of the good life.
This weekend on Top Billing, a mother and daughter team take authentic African prints to outlets across the globe. Ashlee Lloyd seizes the spotlight with her organic crocheted designs. Ryle Morny burns up the cover of a leading fitness magazine and shares the workout tips of a life-saving world champion. And it's Vodacom Durban July season as fashion forgets winter to step out in glorious Technicolor. Your presenter, Harmony Katulondi, brings you the show from this Dolphin Coast tribute to the best of the good life.
Good evening and a very warm welcome to Top Billing. As the son of an African fashion designer, I know the obstacles that even our greatest talents face, which is why it gives me such a kick to bring you the global success story of mother and daughter Pauline Munemo and Tamburai Chirume.
It's been 3 short years since Tamburai left a successful corporate career to join her mother and fashion designer Pauline Munemo in launching a handbag, belts and accessories business. In that time, they've grown to supply 17 outlets from the US to Africa and Europe.
Why do you think it is that you complement each other so well in the working environment?
So my mom has always understood young people. Yeah, and I think it's just really the trust and allowing. My mom allows me to make decisions for the business because she trusts the experience that I have within business. I allow her to make design decisions because I know her 35 years of expertise that she knows what she's doing. We both have the same vision in terms of wanting to create something that's bigger than ourselves. We're selling something that's more than just creating a product.
The two of you are at the heart of one of each, but I also believe there's a special team of women that bring these products to life. Why is women empowerment so important to you?
Most of women, especially African women, they struggle. So whenever I'm doing something, I always think about women. And we always help them. We've got a lot of people, women who always come here asking questions, helping them. If they want to know how to, even to cut, we always help.
My mom has always been a mother to all women, so she's always created opportunities. She's always been a giver, so for me, having grown up watching her doing this, I've always thought to myself, why can't we do something that creates opportunities but in the right way through what she loves doing? And that happened to be one of each. And we then just decided that because of who we are and the DNA of our business, we need to make this an all-woman company.
To promote Africa's textile industry, they use prints produced on the continent.
Your material is sourced from all over Africa, but why is it important to make sure that you support local and also use genuine fabric?
As Africans, I think it's important for us to keep the art of, especially the woven fabrics. The woven fabrics are generally, some of them are called the bogolan, some of them are called the mud cloth, and these are fabrics that are woven by hand.
The woven fabric is from rural areas. They use mud to print the fabric. We mostly want to use those fabrics because it's original from people from rural areas and we want to support them also.
Pauline, I believe you are the design maestro, but what are some of the techniques you're using when you're creating these bags?
I can walk in a shop and if they've got pieces, sometimes I scratch pieces and put it together. Then I will make something out of it.
And I think my mom has always enjoyed creating something out of nothing. So we started using offcuts of leather. That's how we started with the leather handbags. So she's also always created innovative products, things that are functional. And along the journey, remember you would always create things for people uniquely, and she never liked wearing things that looked like anybody else. So I think that's also where one of each comes from, to be able to create one item that's unique to you. We're all different and we deserve to be celebrated.
Margaret Munemo finds it a dynamic business, always open to new ideas.
Margaret, you've been here since the very beginning. What is it about this brand that resonates with you?
Just wanting to have that part of changing the perception of having an African product that is of high quality, because most people, they think if it's something from Africa, it something that has to cost less, it has to be poor quality and all, but then the fact that we're making a product that is high quality and a lot of people see that it's different, and we need to be able to appreciate it.
Complementing their thriving international online retail business is a pop-up store at this prominent Cape Town design hub. Tamburai has developed such a successful model that she's also in high demand, helping other creatives to become export-ready too.
It's clear that women empowerment is something that's really close to you, but how else are you supporting young women in the industry?
Currently, I have a program that I am working on with the US Consulate called the Business of Creative Entrepreneurship, and this program actually helps women in the creative industries who are currently crafting or making a product which they would want to potentially become export ready. I take them through my journey, you know, how I've done it. It's nothing from the textbook, it's basically the real things and the real stuff. So that program has got, in Cape Town, 10 women. In Knysna and George, we focus on about 25 people, and this is the second year that it's running. So it's really been good to be able to see the ability to pass on your story to be able to inspire other people.
Someone who's been there to witness Tamburai's ups and downs is Tutula Mgenela, her best friend of 29 years since meeting at Sea Point Primary School.
Tutula, you've been friends with Tamburai since you were 5 years old. Why has this friendship been so important to you?
I think it's such a beautiful story. It's such a beautiful story of learning one another's cultures, background. You know, Tamburai being Shona and myself being a Xhosa woman. You know, we've gotten to a point where we really understand one another's cultures in a very weird way. We don't call it a friendship anymore, but we call it a sistership. And that's where we are.
Do you have any advice for entrepreneurs and up-and-coming young women in the design world?
I think it's important to stay grounded. It's important to listen to yourself, listen to others, be selective. It's really important to know who you are. When you know who you are, you're able to know what you can deliver. So yeah, follow your heart, follow your dreams. Don't chase the money, because I strongly believe that money will come, but you need to really pursue what your purpose is. That is really, really important, because all of us have a purpose in this world.
Tamburai, I'd just like to say thank you so much for showing me around your world and the incredible women and powerful people that you've surrounded yourself with. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Tutula sees firsthand how her friend is creating and growing new markets for quality, authentically African luxury goods on the world stage.
When a mother and daughter treat every woman who supplies or works for them like family and all prosper together, it's a business model we hope the world will learn from.
Coming up, lighting design comes alive in the hands and mind of Ashlee Lloyd, a talent who listened to her instincts and not her critics.
Parents often tell us, do as I say, not as I do. But Ashlee Lloyd was having none of it. The daughter of a creative art director and mechanical engineer, she combined what they do into lighting designs like no other, and made her mom and dad oh so proud.
At school, teachers said Ashlee's work wasn't practical enough. Doing her honors in design, she found the challenges weren't sufficiently creative. So she walked her own path, submitted ideas to the Southern Guild of Design, and today her work is the centerpiece in a restaurant named after renowned artist Cecil Scottness.
Ashlee, you're only 25 years old and already making waves in the lighting design industry. Where did your love for crochet start?
So I started at an early age. I had design as a subject in high school. And for my matric exhibition, I started using crochet for planters, lights, tables, and chairs. Because I love working with my hands, so I never wanted to let it go. And yeah, from ever since then, I have started using crochet.
Installations like this one find Ashlee getting commissions from as far afield as the Seychelles and Dubai.
It looks like so much detail went into creating the amoeba light fixture. What is the idea behind such a statement piece?
Each piece that is handcrafted is a one-of-a-kind piece. So it's imperative that I go to the site, see the landscape, see where the piece is going to be living for the next little while. And yeah, I noticed the beautiful landscape that is next to the Scottness restaurant. I almost wanted to make an inverse of the contours and the shapes and the beautiful nature that surrounds this building. So I pay tribute to the fact that the material is hanging. The amount of material that actually goes into the amoeba chandelier or any chandelier is quite deceiving. This piece actually used over 2 kilometers of rope of silver polypropylene multi-filament braid.
That's a lot of crocheting.
Yeah.
As a creative, there's a lot of thought that goes into each and every single one of your pieces. How do you want people to feel every time they see your work?
I wanted people to have a sense of a tactile experience when viewing my work in general. People love to try and touch it or try and understand how it's made. And there's also a feeling of like a sense of nostalgia when you were younger, to constantly, be touching fabrics or textiles. I feel like in a technologically driven world, we have lost touch a little bit with that. And it's important to remember handiwork, using your hands. It's very therapeutic. And yeah, I think it's really important in our modern age and society.
Spending as little time as possible in front of a computer screen, Ashlee's working process involves a cup of tea, a crochet hook, loud music, and an open space.
This is an onyx chandelier pod that is busy being prototyped. So normally I would start with the metal ring and I start with a foundation row. Then I add and subtract stitches to kind of formalize the desired shape, and still a prototype in the making.
Wow. Actually, when you think of crocheting and lighting, you don't put them in the same sentence ever. Where did the idea to combine lighting and crocheting come from?
When I was crocheting various bits of furniture and tables and lights, I started noticing that there was a lot of negative space when stitching. So when you make the stitches bigger or smaller, the negative space obviously increases or decreases. And I started putting light behind it and looking at the patterns and the reflections it was making on the wall. And yeah, it became a really exciting part of the design process.
And thicker material means a thicker crochet hook, right? Because traditionally they're quite thin.
Sure, yeah. So the crochet hooks usually come in about 0.125 to about like 7 or 8. And because the rope material is bigger, the crochet hook obviously needs to get a lot bigger. So my mother made me a wooden one that she carved for me. And yeah, that's what I use for all my main big projects.
Well, your mom didn't carve this for you to be showing me the lights. She carved it so that you can show me how to crochet, right?
Yes.
Let's do this.
Definitely show you.
When I think of crocheting, I think of the 70s, but it seems like it's making a comeback.
Yes, I think it's important to keep traditional technique alive and to give it a more contemporary, modern twist. I can show you a few stitches if you would like.
Okay, but you have to go slow with me, okay?
Sure.
Right.
So we're gonna hold the hook in your right hand,
okay,
and then you're gonna keep your left hand, your fingers nice and taut with the material. You're gonna go through the first loop. This is a stitch here.
Right.
So you go through once, and then you loop again, and then you make sure that you pull through both.
All right. Let's do this. So you said we come through there?
Yeah, in the loop.
And then
exactly.
Grab a hold of that bad boy.
Yes.
Pull him back out. There. And for full stitch, you do that. And
through both.
back in there.
Oh, it's a natural.
Come on, somebody.
And then you just carry on. It's extremely repetitive, but like life, just gotta keep on moving forward.
The repetition is therapeutic, allowing her to pour emotion into these pieces. It's a process which has allowed her to figure out who she is as an artist and as a human being.
Your mom's an art director and your dad's a mechanical engineer. Did that have something to do with your career choice?
Yes, definitely. I was surrounded by my father, always taking things apart, figuring out how things are made, and hopefully putting them back together. So that's the more practical, analytical side. And then my mother was a restoration artist and an art director. So she was always making things beautiful again and playing with different materials and problem solving. So I kind of, I think that it could be a true blend of two of my parents for sure.
Ashlee, thank you so much for sharing this beautiful gift. Don't be surprised if you see me rocking a crocheted number.
Well, you seem to be enjoying learning a new technique. You are more than welcome to carry on if you like.
Miss Lloyd is certainly carrying on. She aims to do 100 large installations in 5 years while launching a range of chandelier pods for homes.
Just when you think you've got a handle on what lighting design's all about, along comes Ashlee and knocks it right out of the park.
Next up, Ryle ignites the cover of a top fitness magazine, shares tips on getting the best winter beach workout, and settles a score or two.
When the good Lord was handing out abs, pics, and all the rest, our man Ryle was right in front of the queue. As he burns up the cover of his latest fitness magazine shoot, John and Fez joined in for some tips on how to get and stay as ripped as Ryle.
For a magazine geared towards men and women interested in a better, more active lifestyle, Top Billing's in-house world life-saving champion and fitness entrepreneur was a natural fit.
Look at him! Look at him! I don't even want to touch it because I feel like this took hours. It felt like it, I'm not gonna lie. How are you feeling before your first camera, dude?
Oh man, it's exciting. It's an honor to be representing a cover for a magazine. I mean, it always shows you that you are hopefully inspiring and doing some good work and positive work. And in the field of health, which I'm really passionate about, I can't be more elated, man.
I mean, this fits in so well with your brand and who you are. I mean, nature boy, going out there, being fit, being active.
100% Fez. I mean, look, happiness is best shared. And for me, this is something that makes me happy. Fitness, health, and just to be able to do what we're doing is a blessing. So 100% agree with you, man.
He said it's best shared. I mean, do they need an additional
Just give him the
side
moment.
Stealing my thunder. One? if they do need just rather.
I got you, Jordan. I got you.
Confronted by what could be a superior coif and physique, the first law of the jungle is to make light of the situation.
Tiger, give me a tiger. Give me a tiger. Roar like a tiger. Both hands. Both hands. Roar. More passion. Me. No, man, not the abs, dude. Seriously.
Sorry. It's just sorry, dude.
That way.
It's warming up a second.
Yeah, it's ready.
What's been said about James Bond sits equally well on Ryle's shoulders, that men want to be him and women want to be with him.
You gotta be mad as well. You gotta. Then he smiles a little bit and then it's like he's smelling something, but like a sexy something. Okay. Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I didn't feel sexy. I did not look sexy.
Other guys may be earth, air, or fire signs, but to know Mr. Morny, you have to see him in his elements of sand and sea. Andrea Kuhn set the scene.
Andrea, how's the shoot going?
It's going very well. You know, we've been blessed with good weather today, and it's not raining, and it's June, so we're very happy. And Ryle's amazing.
I mean, he's all right.
I mean, like, he's doing okay.
Why Ryle, apart from the fact that he's just ridiculously good looking and he's got a great body?
Our ethos is based on inspiring and motivating South Africans. So we chose Ryle because he's built his brand around fitness and being healthy. And he's not only made a success of it as a business, but he also dedicates his time and energy to lifesaving, which is a critical skill in a country like South Africa.
He is a bit of a sweetheart, isn't he? Saving people.
He is.
The magazine prides itself on offering workouts to do at home, in a gym, or in this case, at the beach.
Do it.
That's simple.
Okay, wait, let's do it.
We have to eat it. Okay.
So you go down.
Okay.
But then put your hands in front of you. So you go.
Look at you! Okay, so it's kind of...
Yeah. And then I'll take a handful of sand.
Of course. I mean, we call this the Ryle after all.
I feel like they're missing out on the magic. It's all happening over here and there.
I mean, the lens, if it could just kind of turn on this side.
You know, it's like, is anybody even watching us? I don't think no one
This
cares.
is actually where the cover shot's coming in.
We'll do it for ourselves. Okay,
Here
ready?
we go. Superman and Robin. That was actually pretty good.
No one saw it.
Did you catch it? Did you?
Eh?
He's not actually watching it.
No one's watching.
During presenter search on 3, Ryle's character readily translated to camera. Andreas Iceland had to catch it in a moment.
Andreas, I see that you've been slaving away trying to get that perfect shot of Ryle, but what are some of the challenges that you face when you're doing a shoot like this? For me personally, it's getting the personality of someone in the shots. When you have video, you can capture that quite easily because you have people moving around, talking, whatnot, but in stills it's quite hard.
Well, that's the important thing, right? You're not capturing just the prettiness of a picture. You need that personality to come through as well.
No, of course. You can have the nicest lighting, but if the person seems dead, there's no point.
You've got all these hundreds of images. Now you've got to choose a cover image. Is there one that's sticking out for you maybe that you think is going to make that cover?
There's one in this studio that I really like, where I'll just a little bit of a smirk, you know, he's got a very interesting...
Oh, it's that one where he's smelling something.
The sexy smell.
Yeah, the sexy smell.
Like he does this. I don't think it's very sexy, but I mean, that's your call. If you think it's going to make the cover, then that's fine.
Of course.
I mean, we don't have to agree on that one.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
I think yours was better, actually.
While training to stay in this shape, Ryle fasts for 16 hours, only eating in an 8-hour window period.
Brother, your first fitness cover. How was the experience, man?
Oh, it was so much fun, Fizz. I think the studio in the morning kind of just set the scene. Getting a little bit nervous, and it's always harder showing your expression and emotion without actually acting it out. But once we get onto the beach, we're back on my home territory over here. I kind of just found the flow state and just enjoyed it after that, man. It was real fun.
What does a day in the life of a fitness fanatic such as yourself look like? What's your daily routine?
John, it's not that glamorous, I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of juggling going on. I mean, the amount of time you have trying to be a presenter, trying to eat right, trying to train, it's hard work. So I think the day in the life of a presenter and a fitness fanatic is just absolute chaos, to be honest with you.
Awesome. Well, we're on the beach now. It's like your home away from home. I think we should show the viewers at home a bit of a workout they can do. You know, if they don't have any weights, if they're just outdoors, which is the best place to work out.
Exactly. I think that's a great idea.
A couple of things that you enjoy doing.
Let's do it.
Cool.
Let's smash 3 reps out at pace and see how this feels. You ready? Now let's go. 1. Yeah. Big jump. Woo. 2. Big jump. Lovely, boys. Woo!
It's awesome, man. You know, the cool thing about working out on sand is everything's twice as hard. You feel heavier, you're working twice as hard, so it's a better exercise in general.
And you get sand everywhere.
Guys, I'm telling you, everywhere. When you're like me and you live on the sand, it gets in holes that you didn't even know existed.
Cool. You live on the sand and you've been doing the life-saving thing for so long. How'd you get into it?
I started when I was 8 years old and I got up to the beach, saw these Adonis-looking creatures of men climbing into the ocean, and I thought, wow, that is incredible. At the time, I couldn't even swim. And so began this humbling journey of trying to learn how to be competent in the water to the extent where I could actually save somebody's life. And that's a big task to ask of someone, to be able to put up your hand and say, I'm ready to do that. But beyond the saving lives and the cultural component of life saving, it's not just David Hasselhoff running slow-mo on the beach. There's also a sport. And for over 20 years, I've been spending countless hours trying to execute and perform at the sport of life saving, which is world-renowned. You have world championships where over 100 countries are competing. And I've been blessed enough to represent the country once again, coming up in 3 months' time at the international series coming up. So it's going to be a tough one, but I think I'm ready.
So what's a really cool, because life saving is very explosive. Really.
Yeah.
So what's a cool exercise to do to work on that explosive strength?
I like to put a little speed and power into it. So this one's more specific for running, and it's going to involve core strength and a little bit of that power. So we're going to start in a lunge position, okay? It's going to get very tricky. What we're going to do, we jump in the air with the correct drive of our arms, and while in the air, we're going to switch our leg up, and then it comes straight back down to the lunge position, okay? We're gonna demonstrate one for you guys, and we're gonna try to do 3 reps. All right, so watch it. Quick. Whoop. All right, speed, power. You ready? We're gonna smash 3 reps.
I feel like my glutes are gonna be firing.
3, 2, 1, let's go. 1. Yes, boys.
Wait, this doesn't feel right.
3.
Why does this feel so hard?
This is so weird. This is like, it's so counterintuitive, because in the air, it feels like I'm running. Okay. There we go, John.
Pump the arms now.
I don't know why I'm kicking it out. Yeah, listen. We're not winning any gold medals anytime soon there, bro. What?
So what are some pointers to running on sand? Because it feels like every step you're taking forward, you're taking 2 back.
Yeah, sand is so difficult. It sucks you in and your contact time's so much longer. Yeah. So on the sand, we're working a lot on our arm drive and getting your knees out of the sand. If you push too hard, it's gonna get sunken into the sand like honey. Light ninja feet. Heel must never touch the ground. If your heel ever touches the ground when you're running, you're actually decelerating. Oh, wow. So stay on the balls of your feet at all the time. Ready to shake and bake, boys?
Okay.
Let's do this.
And so I claim the title for fastest man on sand.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, but okay.
It's going to be embarrassing, isn't it?
3, 2, 1.
John has long prided himself on being the fastest over 10 meters, but the middle distances, not so much. Trying to ankle tap Fez didn't work.
You tripped me, Fez!
I'm
You tripped me! Check at that!
Lovely stuff, man. You all good?
I got a face on the sand because of Fez. He's busy celebrating.
Give me the silver! I fought you guys. I'm not gonna lie, I fought you guys there. Well done, man.
Ryle uses his understanding of fitness to evolve new concepts in training equipment. He was just as happy to try someone else's idea of getting fit and having a blast in the process.
Let's do this. I feel like the beach sand was a very unfair advantage in your favor.
What do you mean, man?
So bringing us to more even ground, well, uneven ground, if I'd like to put it that way. We're going to start off with some dodgeball.
All right.
Have you guys played dodgeball before?
Never played dodgeball.
We've got a man to explain the rules to us. Howdy, brother.
Right, guys, I'm Joko, I'm your ref today. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys the rules, okay? You're only allowed to hold the ball for 10 seconds. You get hit by a live ball, you're out. If a live ball gets caught, the person that tosses the ball, out. A ref's decision is final.
Ref's decision is final. So you think you're the fastest man on sand? Let's see how you're on the trampoline, bro. Me and Fez versus you.
Okay, let's go.
I love this stuff.
School.
Gents, are you ready?
Yeah.
Hesitation and you're toast.
You got one ball.
Okay. Yes!
Ryle is the fastest man on sand, but he was a long way from Camps Bay.
Okay, Fez is out. It's me and Ryle.
Settling scores this way is less bruising than on social media. Next was another chance at payback for Fez and John ganging up on him. But one-on-one, the doc has a reputation for being unshakable on the log roll.
I feel like the two of you have met before in this situation.
Well, I mean, I'm undefeated, if I remember correctly, for now, my friend, but can have a different result after
Oh,
this.
it's a rematch. Things just got heated, baby. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, the big rematch, and go! Oh, Fez almost got him, baby. Oh, Fez is going nice, please.
I won! Undefeated, he stands. 3, 2, 1, let's go! Champion, he wins! Never shall he fall.
You didn't even budge on that. How do you get out of this thing?
Yes! Come, boys, get me out here, please. Get this done with.
Wait, that was over way too quickly. Let's try that again.
Are you ready? The losers final shall commence.
Can we say silver medal, please?
Silver medal, not losers, come on.
Silver medal.
Okay.
In 3, 2, 1, battle! It's not fair!
Guys, it really is so hard at the top, you know? Just being a reigning undefeated champion.
I feel like I can't even balance when I'm sitting on this thing. What is wrong with me? Have I got like an inner ear infection or something? I don't know what's going on.
I won't say that you're the easiest one to head off, bud, but it was quite...
Yes! Yes! That's what I'm talking about, baby. Now who's the true winner?
I thought you were going in there at some point today.
They tried his shirts in that cover shoot, but the thing just went and spontaneously combusted. What can we say? The man's on fire.
Next, a courtyard in this Dolphin Coast home is the eco-wise alternative to aircon, and going organic is the ideal balance to modern lines.
Built by a business couple from Joburg, tonight's Dolphin Coast location feels like a walk on the beach after a long day at the office. Decorated with driftwood sculptures, root tables, and organic design, it's luxurious, humble, and natural all in one.
Married for 23 years, the owners wanted a home away from home for regular weekend getaways. An hour's flight to Durban and a 15-minute drive north, they found this excellent position. Architect Alan Barnard and interior designer Debbie Steinhobel were asked to work their magic.
Alan, Debbie, I just can't get over how majestic this entrance is.
In our initial meeting with the client, the brief was to create a contemporary minimalist home, just with a touch of drama. And that's why I contacted Mabet for Mark to make a striking portrait for the entryway. We also coated the stairs in charcoal epoxy for a bit of drama, but it doesn't detract from the beautiful golf course and greenbelt views that Simbiti is known for.
In our practice, we have a few architectural philosophies when we are designing houses like this. And one of those philosophies is to have a great sense of entry into the home. And I think we've achieved it here because we've made it large, but mostly it's the captivating view that you get when you enter the home.
Debbie, why did you choose to go for a dark color for the exterior?
I think the dark color works really well in a contemporary home. It also highlights against the natural landscape, and the contrast between the dark and the light just suits the home.
The owner's love for this area began 22 years ago in nearby Umhlanga. Since then, they've built 3 houses on the Dolphin Coast and learned a thing or two.
You know, with a master bedroom like this, I don't think I'd ever leave this place.
Well, that was the point, Harmony. The owners lead very busy lifestyles. They are executives, so I wanted a space for them to be able to kick their shoes off, put their feet up, watch some telly, pour themselves a little drink. This space was created to be their sanctuary.
I love how the bed area still has its own privacy, even though it's part of this big suite.
Yes, Harmony. We created this feature wall, which separates the master ensuite from the bedroom. And although it's open plan, it still gives a sense of privacy here in the bedroom.
With a minimalist simplicity and statement pieces, the vast bathroom boasts a spa-like feel. The shower's so big, you could film singing in the rain in here. Altogether, the atmosphere is one of unpretentious luxury.
Tell me more about the elements, fabrics, and textures you've used in here.
I used a lot of different velvets and wallpapers as well. The clients also fell in love with these hand-blown glass pendants the moment they saw them. That was definitely going to be a feature of this room.
The wallpaper you've used in this room is quite interesting. Is it the same in the other rooms?
No. You'll see that this wallpaper has got a beautiful silky texture and a nice calm palette, whereas in the next room, the client said they wanted a touch of drama, and she definitely wanted a black and white room. So there we've used a very striking black and white geometric patterned wallpaper that just sets the tone for that room. In the third bedroom, I used a tribal wallpaper in soft grey tones. I've paired that with a genuine leather headboard and a tribal rug, and that just brings the whole look together.
After building their previous homes, the owners sold all 3 of them, complete with every piece of furniture in the place. For them, it's an investment and business opportunity, and they collect and commission decor specific to each home.
Oh, the first thing that catches my eye is this phenomenal artwork.
Yes, and there's an interesting story behind this artwork as well. Pile Mambaso was actually a waiter when the owners met him, and now he's a full-time artist. So all his hard work and creativity has finally paid off.
But it complements this room so beautifully. Yes. It adds to the luxurious touches.
Yeah, I actually drew inspiration from the artwork to choose my color scheme for this room.
You managed to get a beautiful cohesion with the minimalistic look combined with a beautiful warmth in the space.
Yes, I love using light color sofas in a private lounge. It really adds to the glamour and elegance of the space. We designed the sofas to complement each other. They're oversized and comfy sofas, so you can really sit down here with your friends and enjoy a nice glass of wine. I also added extra glamour with the molecule lights. The sculptural lights, I think, really adds a nice element to the room and pulls it all together.
That's quite an interesting feature out there.
Yes, it is. That's the fire pit. And as this is an intimate private lounge, it made sense to put a fire pit off the private lounge. We've dropped it a level so that when you're standing here, you can get a lovely view of the fire from this room. And the fire pit itself is also an intimate area.
With winter temperatures around the mid-20s, natural air conditioning is always welcome.
The owners stressed to me how much they enjoy open plan living, and that's why you see this open plan area here with the living room, dining room, kitchen. We've got the beautiful pool area in front of us and the stunning courtyard, which was key to your design, Alan.
Yes, it was. Another philosophy of ours is to bring courtyards into our designs, and we did so here by pushing that wall back and opening the courtyard up to the sky. So we'll bring light and air into the room and a free-flowing breeze through and out the living area.
It also creates a fabulous spot to relax and unwind. We've added the hanging chairs, which are so whimsical and beautiful sculpture. It all just makes it a cozy space to be in.
From the wooden sculpture to the leather scatters, you've used quite a lot of natural elements.
True. You can see that in the distressed leather scatters, the beautiful handcrafted leather chandelier of the dining table. We also use leather on the dining chairs. I think it's practical and also adds a lovely texture. The driftwood sculpture is also beautiful. We picked that up with the teak root bases, which we've used in the patio and also in the entrance.
There's seldom a shortage of friends visiting for a braai or staying over, so free-flowing connected dining areas were a must.
The kitchen is quite sleek and clean. What elements did you use to bring it to life?
Well, I think the most important aspect of the kitchen is the big center island. It's one solid block of stone, so it really has that dramatic effect. We also have these beautiful hanging pendant lights with a touch of gold and blown glass. Also, which I really love, is that the hob is facing the living area. So you can be cooking and still like chatting to your guests while you're in the kitchen.
The owners are their own most frequent guests, able to be outside and enjoying a glass of wine within 90 minutes of leaving Joburg. Close to the Indian Ocean, with walking trails, stables, and a golf course at their feet, it's not difficult deciding what to do on weekends.
After such a beautiful day, I'm going to ask you a tough question. Which space is your favorite?
The cellar is one of my favorite spaces. Such a clever use of the space. It's a space where the owners have been able to put all their memorabilia that they've collected over the years. And it's a great spot to get your friends together and have a glass of wine. And even a movie. There's a cinema down there as well, so you can catch up on all the latest blockbusters.
I love everything in this house, but I think the overall feature is the magnificent views that you get from the living area and even from the bedrooms. 3 out of 4 bedrooms get views over the golf course and into the valley beyond.
Well, with whichever room you choose, I think it's more than safe to say that you've done a phenomenal job with this house. I think I might be moving in soon. Cheers.
If you've ever wondered what a healthy work-life balance looks like, this is it.
When I'm hard at work in Jersey, dreaming of being by the sea, this is literally what I picture. What a vision.
Coming up, we'll see you at the July, said everyone who's anyone, as Durban hosts the Stars of Africa.
For one weekend a year, South African fashion steps out of its winter cocoon to dazzle at the Vodacom Durban July. With this year's theme being the Stars of Africa, eThekwini saw a constellation of the gorgeous, famous, and outrageous on race day.
Elsewhere, spring is another 2 months away. But if the parade of colour and style was anything to go by, summer was in full bloom here at Greyville.
Brother, we're here at the Vodacom Durban July and have to say we're looking pretty dapper.
I think we are. We look incredible.
And today is looking like it's going to be an exciting one. Horses, fashion on display. The vibe seems just like it's alive.
I'm excited. What is your favorite part? What are you looking forward to?
I have to say, looking at the horses, I can't wait for the races.
I think I enjoy the fashion, but let's get to it.
Among the esteemed judges to impress were designers Terence Bray and Madeleine Clark.
I'm here with Terrence and Madeleine, people who have a very hard job today. They have to judge who the winners are for all the categories. How's it looking?
It's excellent. Actually, I'm really impressed with the caliber of design this year. I think people are finally kind of getting a bit of a groove in terms of what we're looking for.
They all look like stars today, and yeah, it was a very hard job to choose 10 finalists in each category.
What are some of the tips when coming up with an outfit for the Durban July?
What's fundamental, I must say, Harmony, is you must just be your comfortable self. There's no really harsh do and don'ts. At the end of the day, is how you interpret it and how you work it.
Guys, can we just take a second for how incredible and how gorgeous this lady looks? So tell me about your outfit, like what went into creating this?
The Now store created this fabulous outfit for me. I just wanted to be edgy. I wanted something that's going to be comfortable for the day. It's all about just enjoying the races, which I never watch. And then just enjoying the moment and taking it in and being comfortable and having fun.
You know, this is actually my first Durban July, so what can I look forward to? Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is that you meet so many people that you don't ordinarily meet every day.
Yeah.
And you can just mingle, make connections, and have fun while doing so.
I'm here with one of the hottest acts that are going to be performing today. Naked DJ, sir, you look impeccable in this outfit. Who put it together?
This is Craig Jacobs, Fundutsi. I am a warrior, and as the theme, it had to be Fundutsi.
And you are a warrior on those decks. I mean, what's the vibe that you're going to be trying to send through with your performance today?
Well, look, whenever I deliver my performance, it's always for the ladies. I love pleasing the ladies on the dance floor. What the ladies want, the Naked DJ will deliver today.
And one lady was already calling it.
Welcome to yet another fantastic episode of Top Billing. And of course, I'm your host, Lerato Kanyako. And we are to the Durban July, and people are looking absolutely amazing. There. Well, you can tell that, you know, this job wasn't meant for me.
Guys, if there's anybody that I would give my job to gladly, it's Ularato. I mean, you look like a shimmering, mesmerizing image. Who put this together?
I'm dressed by Gert Johan Kutsia, as always, and I'm draped in gold because I'm the gold princess, the gold goddess, the gold mother, the gold queen.
Many wore cultural prints and symbols on their sleeve. A shout out to traditional African design and print.
Hamilton, we're used to seeing you at events by yourself, but it makes sense because your family is outshining you.
Yes, indeed, madam. I don't regret. If my family shines, I also shine, so it's not a problem for me.
Tell me about your outfit, looking dapper as always.
Today I decided just keep it simple, but let the jacket be the statement piece. I just look at my sister, look at this dress, and look at the elegance here. Look at the bling.
I wish there was a family category. You guys will definitely take it.
Wow, guys.
We're humbled, we're humbled, we're humbled.
In the race for best hat, Kwanele Mbata and Zandile Masondo won by a head from the rest of the field.
We've got a successful mother and daughter team here. You just won first place and you won second place for Fascinator. How are you feeling right now?
I still can't believe it. Like I've got nerves. Actually, I was not even expecting to win, but I actually had faith on this one. I know with God, anything is possible.
When Nonjabulo Dubezane stepped out in her Makosozane Nchangase number, there were gasps.
Congratulations for winning the best designed female outfit. How does it feel?
The feeling is so amazing. I don't even know how I feel because many people have been trying. I only did it 2 times and I got it.
Well, the dress is nothing without the model. So how are you feeling being the best dressed female?
I feel great, actually, and I'm so proud of her. She did a great job. For my first Durban July, this is actually very epic.
Most striking couple went to Musa and Lindo Matabula for their tribute to African harmony.
Why did you choose to wear this today?
I was inspired by different cultures. This is Ghana, this is Ndebele, this is Zulu, and this is Nigeria, this is Ghana, and this is Xhosa. So it all falls under Africa.
Designers like Moto Ngema grabbed the opportunity to make men's fashion as head-turning as women's.
We have the winners of the best dressed man. What is the inspiration behind this design?
Oh, the inspiration is simply coming from Africa. African are bold in colors, are bold in details, and we are mostly inspired by us. So Africa seems to be a place to be.
With the July having run for over a century, Maps Moponyane had a long case history to predict a winner.
sir. You look amazing. Who put this outfit together?
This is by David Nale, so of course you can never go wrong with him.
Okay, now we need to talk brass tacks. It's the first time I've ever tried to bet on horses. What do you have for me? Is it the cutest name? Because I like the cute names, you know?
For a lot of people, especially for women, you go for the cutest name because you said cutest name. So you usually go for the cutest name. A lot of people I know go for the name that they find catchy and they end up winning. But I think for this is quite a big race. You need to look out for Legal Eagle, Do It Again, maybe Head Honcho's not such a bad one, Rainbow Bridge. We'll see how it goes, but that's where I'm going to be putting my money.
Legal Eagle, not cute. The rainbow one.
The winner, ridden by jockey Richard Faree, was true to his name. Do It Again.
Brother, you've just won. How does it feel?
It's something huge, you know, it's such a prestigious and I'm just absolutely delighted.
And I mean, this is back to back. I mean, it's unheard of. What does it take to get into that position again?
A top horse, great preparation and, you know, just smooth running. I think that's everything.
Well, here's to a three-peat maybe next year.
You never know. Thank you very much.
Justin, I mean, back to back. You've won it again this year. How are you feeling?
No, look, it's phenomenal. You know, this is an amazing racehorse. You know, we love him so much. He gets nothing but the best because he is the best.
The award for the race day's best experiential brand experience went to the Cruise Vodka Marquee by Kavir Gangia and his team.
Kavir, sir, you have done a very good job with this marquee. What was the thought around bringing it here to the Durban July?
The concept around it was really about engaging with our consumers and giving them an experience that was unlike anything they've experienced in the past at the Vodacom Durban July. A premium, exclusive, unique environment where they can really connect with the brand.
What's been the highlight today?
I think it's just how well people have resonated with this and the fact that so many people came out and really enjoyed it, really embraced it, you know, spent a lot of time in front of the cameras, taking photos, posting, and enjoy themselves with the brand.
Setting the party alight was brand ambassador, aka
Super Mega, what brings you to the Cruise Marquee?
The vibes, the fashion, the swag, you know, just the culture, man. The Durban July is obviously like Christmas in the middle of the year. We got the Cruise Marquee, everybody's looking beautiful, everybody's coming through, you know, dripping.
How did you incorporate Stars of Africa into your outfit?
By being a star of Africa. Come on now.
That's all you need, that's all it is.
Sorry, I was born a star of Africa.
Bro, but I saw you have your name on a bottle, bro. Tell me about the watermelon range.
It's been a couple of years now. We've been working together, doing amazing work, and we've expanded. I've got my own flavor, watermelon, and that's done very, very well, and the support has been overwhelming.
What is the best way to enjoy it?
Normally, if you just want to take it easy with a little juice, some orange juice, or with the watermelon is our favorite, you know? But it's the beauty of the brand. You can mix it up and tailor it and suit it to your own taste.
Tell me about your outfit. It looks incredible.
I decided to come looking like a lady because, you know, typically I look like, you know, I'm always trying to get to the club, always trying to look mean and lean. But today I wanted to be a little bit tender, a little bit soft, a little bit feminine, you know?
Why do you think this is such an event that people have been looking forward to the whole year?
I think it's something that's been turned into an institution in South Africa. Like coming to the VDJ is like a rite of passage. When you feel like you've made enough money and you're comfortable in life, you can see it by which marquee you go to in the following year. From paying to being invited. That's just how it works. And that's proper top billing.
And it's just nice, man. Like people are here. Everybody here is happy. I haven't seen anybody that comes to the VDJ that's sad. Yeah. The only sad people are the people that didn't come.
We're standing here in the Cruise Marquee. You can hear the music behind us. It's going. What's the vibe?
Spectacular names are playing, I mean, that's an entire vibe itself. And we're just dancing, having some nice cruise vodka. And I mean, man, it's always amazing to just be in this atmosphere.
We're here surrounded by stars, and it's no surprise because the theme is Stars of Africa. Can you tell me how you incorporated this theme?
My dress was made in a day. I went to Keith's Fashion and I was like, hey, I need a dress, this is the theme. So we just chose gun, metal, silver, and we went with it.
What does the Vodacom Durban July mean to you?
I think it's a very luxurious experience. There's horse racing, you get to socialize, you get to network, you get to dress up. It's a vibe. I'm really happy to be here.
The event was absolutely beautiful. The Vodacom Durban July. We came, we saw, we conquered.
It was amazing.
And it's the best of the good life, top billing. It was here at Cruise Vodka Marquee, having an absolute blast.
So now it's about time to go have some fun. Okay. Shall we do that?
That's a Cruise, guys. We dance.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
The dancing lasted until morning. It's why they call this Race Weekend. And next July, they'll do it again.
Durban, it's always a blast. In fact, does the party ever stop in your city? I don't think so. That's our show for tonight. May the best of the good life remain with you. And until next week, good night and God bless South Africa.
Join us again next Saturday evening as Pro Surfing brings Sal Masekela, son of Brahu, back to our shores. Andrew Chaplin of Lockenville weds humanitarian Alyssa Bitkin. A 1920s Joburg stunner is updated for 2019. And a gift pack from stylist Tracy Lee Rosland must be won.